by way of introduction, my name is Flippin, and I've been gathering data on high performers from all over the world, and obviously Gary Kelly would be one of those. And so today what I would want to do is to interview Gary and just run through some questions, and I really appreciate you giving me time to do this, Gary. This is for our upcoming book, and also I'll expose this data to about 1 million young people in public schools all across the country as well. So you're in good shape, okay?
Well, gosh, Flip, I'm really honored that you would be here, and it's just a pleasure getting to know you.
Well, thanks, Gary. It's a treat for us. Well, let me ask you some good questions. Sitting in that chair, heading this company, which we think is one of the premier companies in the world, and certainly you've got a phenomenal culture. What are the things that took place in your life to bring you here? What would you say are some of the defining events that brought you to this chair?
I just think from an early age, I wanted to please, I wanted to achieve, and probably worked on some things where I didn't have the best talents, and then I think ultimately you kind of gravitate to areas where you do have talents. But I'm a lifelong Texan. Went to the University of Texas. That was a fantastic experience. So I was glad that I made that not so thoughtful choice. I got into the accounting department in school, and mainly because my dad was an accountant, and I hadn't given it a whole lot more thought than that. But that turned out to be an outstanding choice. I came out of school in the 1970s and worked for Arthur Young and Company, which was a phenomenal, now Ernst & Young, a phenomenal way to extend one's education, and just worked with a tremendous group of people who cared about me and mentored me. So that was certainly a very significant step. But I joined Southwest as controller in 1986, and I was fortunate to work for a leadership team, including Herb Kelleher and Colleen Barrett, who were here that entire time period until they retired recently. They are outstanding mentors and entrepreneurs and business leaders.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'd like to think that I learned something from them, over a 2-decade time period. But all of those were important, I think, in me becoming CEO in 2004. And it wasn't something that I necessarily aspired to. But at the same time, when Herb asked me to do the job, I knew I could do it. And I loved the company, and I wanted to continue to be a part, and more than anything, see Southwest Airlines very successful. But I think more than anything, it was just taking those steps through my life and having a tremendous support system with family and co-workers, and working very, very hard, and having a good dose of luck along the way.
Yeah, that's a good thing.